Do you believe that there was strangulation?
Yes.
To medical certainty?
To reasonable degree of medical certainty, she was strangled, yeah. I would testify in the court of law. I've said it in my reports.
Do you think there's any signs of abuse before the death?
I'm concerned about that, yes. And the reason I'm concerned about that is the bruises to the wrists, obviously the strangulation, but there's extensive bruises to the lower legs. What is that about? Where did she get that? She's not a kickboxer. She's not in karate that I know of. She looks like a typical nice girl, you know, very feminine looking. How'd she get those bruises down there?
And Brian Entin joins me live now with this remarkable story that he has doggedly pursued. Were you surprised by these findings? I mean, this pathologist really thinks that this was staged.
You know, I was surprised by what he has uncovered. He's been working the case for 10 years, Ashleigh. He says it is staged, that this whole scene was staged, and that he has the evidence to prove it, that perhaps Ellen Greenberg didn't even die from the stab wounds. This is a highly respected forensic pathologist. He does autopsies, 4 different counties here in Pennsylvania, was hired by the Greenbergs. He's done 14,000 autopsies overall. He says he has never seen anything like what happened to Ellen Greenberg and all of this craziness that has gone on for the last 14 years. Listen to what he says about it being staged.
When I look at the scene, first thing I notice when I look at it, and I think synthetically, is, oh my goodness, this scene is staged. How do I know it's staged? Because I see her back up against the cabinets in the kitchen. Her arms are down by her side. The left hand is holding onto a towel. There's no blood on the towel. There's no blood on her hand. There's blood to the back of her left hand. To the right are her glasses. Now, obviously, she's not sitting there stabbing herself and then wiping herself with the towel. Why does she have a towel there? And there's no blood on the base of the left hand. She didn't use her left hand, obviously, to stab herself. And there's a towel in there. Why would she have a towel in her hand if she's going to be stabbing herself? And there's no blood in it. Well, she didn't. Somebody else put it there. It's staged.
He says the clean towel, Ashleigh, doesn't make any sense. He believes it came from the bathroom. He's frustrated that there was no luminol testing done. There was no testing by police done in the bathroom. He showed me photos in the bathroom. All of her stuff was packed up. Her makeup bag was packed up. Her cell phone was sitting right on top of her bag. He believes perhaps she was packing up to leave when all of this went down. He showed me the sink, by the way, the kitchen sink. And the sink, there was a pot scrubber, and there was a sponge, and there were 2 knives. None of that was tested, he said. So he's frustrated by the whole thing.
I'm frustrated, but I'm angry. I'm just angry at the sheer stupidity and the laziness or whatever else was afoot here. The doctor was really great in terms of demonstrating how absolutely asinine a finding of suicide was. What did he say?
Yeah, I mean, you call it asinine, and now, you know, the big civil case that was supposed to happen in the courthouse behind me this week, the city of Philadelphia settled. They settled, and let's not forget, the medical examiner who did the autopsy has now said it was not a suicide. So everybody seems to be agreeing in that way at this point. But this is the way he explained it in terms of all those stab wounds, 20 stab wounds to the front of the back of the body.
If you're going to call this a suicide, not a homicide, that somehow she stands up or leans over, stabbing myself. Oh, I get to get blood drops down there. Blood drops, get down there. Oh, not my hand, sorry. I used the left hand, shouldn't have done that. Just the right. Blood drops. And then she falls to the ground, she's on it and everything else. Boot turns to the side. Oh, excuse me. Let me stab myself again and drop the blood on the side. Does that make any sense?
No.
No, of course not, right? But that's what you're suggesting. I mean, you're not suggesting it. So there's blood drops there, they're coming straight down too. And there's hair here. I mean, why the heck's there hair in between here? What's that from? Now, what happens is when you get hair like this, sometimes the person is defending themselves and literally the victim actually pulls their hair out. But the other times, the assailant is pulling the hair out. Either way, you got hair here in the middle. Does that make any sense to anybody? Of course not.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.